Hey, welcome back. We are on episode 2 of the Collective podcast. We are going to talk about freedom today.
Right.
Freedom, like we mentioned in the last episode, is one of the most important values that we stand by, and something that we feel is important for humanity as well. So I think today we're going to discuss a bit on why this is important and how is it going to help us and what walking in freedom looks like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if I ask you right now, what is freedom, or when do you experience true freedom, right? And you would probably look at freedom as having locational freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. Is there anything else?
Mostly that.
Mostly that, I suppose. Okay. And so you're telling me right now that if you have enough bank balance will take you anywhere you want, gives you the time you want, right? So it goes down essentially to money, right? In a way. So that's what's going to give you true freedom. Now, let's break it down a little bit and think about when that happens, when there is money, when there is time, when there is freedom to move anywhere you want to, what are you really feeling? What are you really experiencing?
What are you hoping for?
Yeah, in a nutshell, it will look like being at peace, right? And having some kind of joy or happiness. Right?
Yeah.
So you're telling yourself and you're telling the world right now that if I have these things, I would have peace and I would have joy. Okay. But is that really true freedom if something else has to come into your life and make you feel free? Right? So think about it. Peace and joy makes you feel free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the things that makes you feel free.
Not what you have or you don't, though it does matter. Health
it does matter. I'm not saying
money does
absolutely.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I ask you, what is your dream car? You have a dream car because it's a standard, no? It's something
That's true.
really high, right? And that standard is going to make you feel, one day I have my dream car. And you would think that this dream car is going to give me satisfaction.
Exactly.
End of the day,
Yeah.
the dream car is bringing you satisfaction. Okay. So true freedom for me is you being satisfied, is you being peaceful, and you being at joy.
Yes.
Why can't you be that today?
Yeah.
With all your challenges, with all your issues, you can really experience freedom because you don't know, but you need to catch yourself feeling that. Sometimes you could be just watching TV, and something on TV could be a show about nature, could be a sitcom, could be anything. You find yourself laughing, you find yourself being joyful, you find yourself
being at peace when you watch it. Yeah.
And you like that, and that's really when you're free. Okay?
Yeah. I think, like you said rightly, location, time, those kinds of freedom. It's something that we have been taught. Like just how we've been taught that success looks like this. We've been taught freedom looks a certain way. And we are not at rest till we achieve that.
Yeah.
And that takes away the true essence of freedom within us. Because like you rightly said, the whole idea of freedom is to be at peace.
That's right.
Because that's what we're looking for when we say we want to be free. We want to be at peace. We want to have the leeway to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're going to let that determine everything about us, then now we are bound by
Exactly.
that. And therefore, it's no more freedom, obviously.
Absolutely.
But to get there is a certain inner work that we have to do.
Yeah.
And the more we work on that, the more freedom manifests the way we desire it to manifest.
Absolutely.
In fact, while we're doing the inner work, we're already walking in freedom,
Exactly.
so to speak. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as from experience, I can tell you, being free with a lot of things happening or nothing happening around you will give you a sense of power.
Yes.
If for the lack of better word, let's just call it power, where you actually think that I am enough.
Yes.
Okay. Or what I have is enough.
Not power over others, but it gives you that power over yourself.
Confidence per se.
The confidence.
Right? This is enough for me. And from that place, you really can achieve and accomplish things that you think you're not capable of.
That's true.
That's experiential for us, and we want to tell you guys that you can do that too.
You enter that state of flow. When
Yes,
you're in,
absolutely.
Yes.
And you really need to understand that you are not defined by anything outside of you, like in the natural world, like we call it, for you to be free, for you to be loved, or for you to be peaceful. Because I can tell you, within you
It's a fount of all life
is a fount of all life
and freedom.
that tells you that you are free, you are loved, and my peace will reign in you.
Like we were saying, so much of what binds us are things that we have gone through, our memories of what we have gone through, or how we perceive it to be.
Absolutely.
And of course, generational issues. And so much for freedom, because almost everything that we do or say is a reflection of what we have been through, or, or of what we have seen.
That's right.
So when we say we walk in freedom, I think sometimes it's a joke, because most of humanity is just repeating or reliving things that they have gone through before.
That's right.
Patterns after patterns. And sometimes even if we are mindful of it, we still tend to do it again and again and again, because we don't really recognize a pattern when it's in play, even if you're being mindful of drawing out patterns.
Absolutely.
So as much as we are born free and are born with the potential to walk in complete freedom, we still tend to hold on to these things because it is a comfort zone.
Yeah,
End of the day, and we don't know how to live outside of it.
Absolutely.
So we are usually bound to comfort.
Yeah.
And that is no way to be free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next question is, how do I break out of my past, right? How can I today be effective and not be bound by my generations or my genetics or my DNA, right? So there is this new interesting field called epigenetics that is really making some waves right now, and just Google epigenetics, okay, read about it. How by someone just believing, okay. When I say believe, I'll expand on that later.
Yes.
But by believing
A certain thing,
it really changes your DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, going back to what we talked about, location, time, money, all these things giving you freedom. If you can come to a place where you're not bound by any of those to feel free, you are literally changing your biology.
So,
You're literally
yeah.
breaking those patterns, because for all we know, your grandfather was in a place where his bank balance mattered and he needed to feel free only when there is a certain kind of money or something. Okay. So,
and it's also important to know that we are not just bound to our past, we are also bound to our future.
exactly.
We have
that's
hopes,
good.
dreams, visions, which are all beautiful things, because what is life without hope?
Exactly.
Life does not exist without hope. And to keep going in life, we do need dreams. We do have goals,
Yeah.
the desire to
Purpose.
succeed. Yeah, a purpose. But ironically, that very thing that should keep us going in life can also become a cage that binds us, because we are going to get attached to the outcome of that. Okay. And now, again, back to the same thing, our peace or our happiness is now attached, to the outcome of whatever we dream of or whatever our purpose is. So while it's amazing to have a purpose or a dream, which we should, it's always best to not get attached to the outcome. We do our best to achieve what we want to achieve, but we're not attached to the outcome, because the moment we want a certain thing to work a certain way, we have already stepped away from freedom into control.
Exactly.
Whether it's control over our own lives or control over others.
Yeah.
And control, as we know, is obviously the absolute opposite of freedom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not just the past that we can be attached to,
But the
and that
future.
can bind our freedom. It's also the future.
Absolutely.
So how do we come to that place where we are not attached to an outcome?
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Absolutely. So for me, the key is very simple. So you are living in the now, thinking about a future,
Or the past.
or the past determining how you should be or how you should feel right now. And that is a big mistake. Okay. Why I say big mistake is because something that is not right now in your, for the lack of better words, control, is telling you that you're not good enough.
Yes.
Could be your past, could be your future. and you forget to live in this very moment,
Yeah.
in the now. Okay? And thereby you're missing out on the beauty that is around you, the potential that is around you. And that is why freedom is very important, because you're not bound by any of these,
Yeah.
but you're just bound by you. Say, I constantly tell myself like this: I am enough.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is enough.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And not because I don't dream big, not because I don't think about my past, but just I know in this moment that I am enough.
Enough, yeah.
Okay.
And I think true freedom is being able to be in that place of I am enough, like you said, despite whatever happens. And
Absolutely.
sometimes it can be something as, I know I'm not there yet, but let's say the death of a loved one.
No, that's true.
And if
Good.
I cannot be shaken,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about grieving or being sad or missing somebody.
Grieving.
Yeah. All of those are amazing emotions that we need to put ourselves through when we are going through something, and that's okay. But if it's going to shake me at the core of who I am and make me doubt myself, then I don't think I am in true freedom.
Absolutely.
Because I know this is achievable, to be at a place where you're so fearless and so free that no matter what happens around you, it's not going to shake you.
Absolutely.
But like I said in the last episode, everything is a matter of choice and practice.
100%.
We need to practice that in the little things that happen in everyday life.
Yeah.
Am I going to let, maybe he tells me something that I don't like hearing, and maybe that's going to affect my peace, which means I am not in freedom anymore. I have given him control as to how to affect me.
Something external telling you who you are.
Yeah, it's controlling me and
absolutely.
keeping me in that bondage, so to speak. And now I'm not free to just be my fullest expression because I'm being affected by what he says.
Exactly.
But if I can come to a place where not just what he says in everyday life or the little things that happen in everyday life, if I can keep practicing and practicing and practicing to not let these things affect me and keep my center going, be in that state of flow at all times and go like he said, I am enough. I think we are capable of getting to a place of such surrender,
Yeah.
which is freedom, the other side of the coin.
That's right.
Surrender is the other side of freedom. You walk into freedom when you know that nothing gets you.
Absolutely.
And you're yielded to whatever is happening
Absolutely.
at the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would like to give you the science behind it right now. Okay. So I can tell myself I am enough, and I'm just thinking I am enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking I'm enough, but not necessarily believing I'm enough.
Yes.
Okay.
Not emoting that I am enoughness.
Yeah. Emoting is a nice way to put it. More than feeling that I am enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So science again, and I love to go back to science because it's proving a lot of things that the scriptures have said. The spirituality
intuitively
have spoken
understands.
about,
Yes.
and a lot of what we intuitively understand. It's proving that these things are true today. Okay, so for you to be free or be anything for that matter, okay, you not only tell yourself constantly, like in a cognitive way,
not a
I am free,
cognition,
I'm free, I'm free, but right through that process of telling yourself you're free, you're not feeling free.
It does not work then.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So you're sending mixed signals to your body, to your nervous system, where you're thinking something, but you're not feeling something.
Yeah.
So what you got to do, okay, going forward, and that is, there can be methods. There's a lot of methods out there that you can try. Something called breath. Also in Hebrew, if you look at it, the same word for breath and spirit, which is ruach. Okay. You can just by focusing on your breath, or doing some kind of slow breathings and everything, you can get into a place where you're feeling what you're thinking.
Yes.
Okay. So practices are there, but essentially what I'm going to tell you today, what we are going to tell you today is the fact that you should think whatever you want to think in a good way, but you should back it up by feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. When you do these two together, you are really facilitating that thought, making it a feeling and making it a reality and an experience in your life.
Absolutely. These are the simple things, okay?
Yeah.
Like, let's say I know vegetables are good for me. And I keep telling myself, okay, vegetables are good, eat your vegetables. But now every time I eat my vegetables, I'm just like, vegetables. So I'm not, I believe in something, but I'm not feeling it. Exactly. So I don't think those vegetables are going to do me any good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that applies to everything.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that I believe, that I choose to believe, I need to back it up with the feeling, like you said. And sometimes gratitude is one of those higher feelings.
Yeah.
Like I'm having my vegetables
awesome.
and I'm feeling really grateful for that.
Absolutely.
Watch how amazing they're going to be for my body.
Absolutely.
You know, and that applies to everything in life.
Yeah.
Back up what you think you believe with the emotion for it. Don't believe one thing or don't say one thing and then feel another while you're at
Absolutely.
it, because it's not going to work for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying science is proving, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And people have healed themselves out of life-threatening diseases. People have done some stuff that is right now unimaginable for
Right.
for medical science to
Explain
to
something.
explain just by thinking and feeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can we stop there?
Yeah.
We can start there. Yeah.
And then cross over to freedom.
Absolutely.
there, yeah.
Absolutely. So think about freedom.
Yeah.
Think about what makes you free.
Yes.
And once you identify these are the things that makes you free, now you need to literally tell yourself that these things are the ones I'm defining my freedom with, right? And while working for these things, try today, right now, as you are, think and feel freedom. Okay?
Yeah.
Think to be free and feel that
Freedom. Yeah.
And I have a feeling that you will go places. And guys, thank you for joining us today, and hope you really enjoy freedom. Join us next time as we talk about intention. See you.